All right, shalawam. First off, I want to say all praises to Yahawashi, Yahawashi. Double honors to the apostles and elders of GMS. And shalom to the elect out there pushing words of sincerity and in truth. My name is Nazar Akkad, and as you can see here in the video and the footage here, pretty much this video is going to be a commentary of the camp we had on Saturday. I had gotten some new equipment, and the audio was fucked up on it. So pretty much this is gonna be a commentary. I'm gonna show footage of the camp we did, and I'm gonna speak on it. And Lord willing, I'll bring out some articles and scriptures. Okay. So as you can see here, we walked up the Columbus Circle, and we set up camp here at Columbus Circle. Pretty much bring out information on this damn devil Christopher Columbus, man. Because in school, when you go to school as a kid, you're led to believe that Christopher Columbus was some special, honorable man, that discovered America, when in reality, he was nothing but a regular old devil, man. He was a regular old Edomite devil, all right? And he set the precedent for what to do when you come over here, okay? Because the people that came after him, the conquistadors, which translate to conquerors, what did they do? They came over here and they raped, robbed, and pillaged, man. So really, Christopher Columbus showed them this is how you do it. And they followed in Christopher Columbus' footsteps, as you can see in that statue, that monument here, which is nothing but an obelisk. This is nothing but modern-day Egypt, all right? But back to the point, Christopher Columbus was just a regular damn devil, man. And he was nothing special, okay? And let me just get the first scripture here. This is I'll get John 10 and 10. All right. This is John 10 verse 10. It says the thief cometh not but for to steal and to kill and to destroy. And that's what Esau did, and that's what Christopher Columbus did when he came over here, man. His main goal was to put the Israelites that were over here. They were called the Arawak and the Taino Indians, because the first place he came to was the island of Hispaniola, which is currently called Haiti and Dominican Republic. His first primary goal when he came over here was to enslave them, man. And take them over and conquer them and rape their women. And that's exactly what he did. Take their natural resources. Matter of fact, to prove that he knew who was over here, to prove that he knew the Israelites were over here, he brought with him, what's his name? Luis de Torres, okay, which was a Hebrew interpreter. So he knew the type of people, he knew the Israelites are over here. Okay? He knew the Israelites are over here. So his main goal when he came over here was to take us over, man. Rob, steal, kill, destroy. Okay? Now let me bring out the article that I have. All right? I'm going to bring out an article, and I'm going to bring out a few facts on this damn devil Christopher Columbus, which he didn't discover America, all right, in the first place. The where he landed was in the Caribbean, and he didn't discover the Caribbean either. All right, because they were already natives living in this land before he even got here. So how did he discover it? But that's Esau trying to manifest his destiny of being this supreme being, okay, the all-knowing, trying to portray himself as the Most High, the one that discovers everything. All right. The only thing that the so-called white man does not want to attach his history to is being an Edomite, because they know the scriptures and they know to be an Edomite is is not a good thing. All right. So as I scroll through the article, I'll try to find something that's worth mentioning. I read this. This is some craziness that my brother brought out at camp. It says here that Columbus men used native people as dog food. Okay, I read it again. It says Columbus men used native people as dog food. I read the paragraph. It says, in the early years of Columbus' conquest, there were butcher shops throughout the Caribbean where Indian bodies were sold as dog food. All right. There was also a practice known as the Monteteria Infernal, the Infernal Chase or Manhunt, in which Indians were hunted by war dogs. That's why in some depictions you see the war dogs with armor on them. Okay. Matter of fact, in this article right here, this is from this article's 8 myths and atrocities about Christopher Columbus. The website is IndianCountryMediaNetwork.com. And in this article right here, you see you see it shows you pictures of the dogs attacking Native American Indians, man. Okay, so they use those dogs to sick Indians or to sick the Israelites. All right. And it says these dogs, see, it says here in the next paragraph, it says these dogs who also wore armor and had been fed human flesh were a fierce match for the Indians. Live babies were also fed to these war dogs as sport, sometimes in front of horrified parents. So this is just one of the articles. This is just one of the topics that we brought out at camp. You got to be a real demon to do that, man. To feed a child to an animal or a dog just for sport. You got to be a real demon, man. You got to be a real devil. Okay? And that's what Christopher and you know what? The conquistadors, which were the Spanish and the Portuguese, they followed in the same footsteps as Christopher Columbus because they did some wicked and crazy vile shit. But you know what? The scriptures say we're gonna appoint unto them double, man. Okay? So in the kingdom, it's gonna be if you thought it was worse for us here in this captivity, it's gonna be even worse for them damn Edomites, man, because they got a big price to pay. Okay? And the only reason why you Edomites were able to take us over is because we went against our power, which is Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi. We didn't go against the guideline that was set to us. So guess what? Just like he said he would do through matter of fact, that's one of the scriptures that I had in Baruch, the first chapter. It says, this is Baruch 1 verse 20. It says, wherefore, let me start at 19. It says, this is Baruch 1 verse 19. Since the day that the Lord brought our forefathers out of the land of Egypt unto this present day, we have been disobedient unto the Lord our power, and we have been negligent in not hearing his voice. Right, because the reason why those 10 tribes left the captivity under Assyria to go to a land no man dwelt, which is over there in the Americas, North, Central, and South America, and the Caribbean, was to worship the Most High, man. But when the 10 tribes that came over here, they started going off, man. Okay. All right. So the next verse 20, it says, wherefore the evils cleaved unto us, in the curse which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt. So there ain't no running away from these curses, man. These curses cleaved upon our people. And one of the curses that cleaved upon our people was being taken over and being under subjection and under slavery under all nations, right? Primarily at this point in time, the nation of Edom, the Edomites. One of the curses was that they were gonna take us over. It says to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey. Let me go back a little bit. Which the Lord appointed by Moses his servant at the time that he brought our fathers out of the land of Egypt to give us a land that floweth with milk and honey, like as it is to see this day. Nevertheless, we have not hearkened unto the voice of the Lord our power, according unto all the words of the prophets whom he sent unto us. So the Most High gave us a warning, man. This is why he allowed these other nations in this situation. I'm speaking about the Edomites. That's why he allowed the Edomites, which is the white race, to take us over and to put a hurting on us, just like he did, man. Okay, because Christopher Columbus, like I said, Christopher Columbus really set a precedent in how you rule and take over these people over here in the Americas at that time, and they all follow the blueprint. I'm speaking about the conquistadors. They follow the blueprint of Christopher Columbus, right? Let me get this scripture in Psalms 17th chapter. Okay, Psalms. This is Psalm 17, verse 13. It says, "Arise, O Lord, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword." So that's one of the reasons why you know, what the Most High does is he uses these other nations to really teach us a lesson. All right, and that's what he did with in this situation with Christopher Columbus. He uses these other nations as a sword, as his whooping stick, to put a hurting on Israel if we go off. And that's exactly what he did. That's why he used Christopher Columbus. That's why he used all these other nations with these wicked rulers to really fuck us up. Matter of fact, let me just like it tells you in Isaiah 42nd chapter. Isaiah 42 verse 24, it says, "Who gave Jacob for a spoil and Israel to the robbers? Did not the Lord against whom we have sinned?" So that's showing you right there that the Most High gave us up, gave the nation of Israel, you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans, he gave us up to the other nations to be conquered and destroyed, and not destroyed, okay? Because the Lord is not going to do away with his people, but in a sense destroy us. And fast forward to the state that we're in now, we have no idea as a whole, except for a selected few. Our people have no idea who they are and where they are. All right. So it's the Most High that gave our people up to be in a situation, a predicament that we're in now, and that's in hardcore slavery. It says, and it tells you why. It says, "For they will not walk in his ways, neither were they obedient unto his law." And where do you find the law? You find the law in the first 5 books of Moses, which was given to us, which are the Israelites, which were given to the Israelites and the Israelites only. Okay? So let me see if I could bring out some more facts on this devil, and then I'll close it up. Let me see here. It says, let me see what else I got here. Yeah, Columbus provided native slaves to his men. I'm sorry. Columbus provided native sex slaves to his men. I'll read this paragraph. It says, "In addition to putting the natives to work as slaves in his gold mines, Columbus also sold sex slaves to his men, some as young as 9. Columbus and his men also raided villages for sex and sport." Okay? It says, in the year 1500, Columbus wrote 100 castellanos are as easily obtained for a woman as for a farm, and it is very general And there are plenty of dealers who go about looking for girls. Those from 9 to 10 are now in demand. You see? So the damn Edomites, you some real pedophiles, man. You damn, 9 and 10-year-old girls, you know, and raiding the villages for sex and sport. Okay? So that's just acts of a damn devil, man. You know? And that's pretty much it for this article. Columbus men were rapists and murderers. And pretty much like I said earlier in the thing, um, Christopher Columbus, he knew who was over here. That's why he brought over the Hebrew interpreter by the name of Luis de Torres. All right, he knew which people were over here. Okay, and the Most High sent them, and the Most High allowed it. The Most High sanctioned it. Why? Because as a whole, our people were going off. So the Most High had to send us a whipping stick in the form of Christopher Columbus and the conquistadors. Okay? All right, so that's all I pretty much got for this show. Till the next time, shalawam.